In addition to the aforementioned statement earlier, here is my unified philosophy, which relates to the general significance of education in teaching and learning. Education is the most significant human invention that has positively transformed our lives and society. It is a process of supporting one's learning and the act of fostering cognitive development as well as social and cultural awareness that distinguishes us being genuine. From my own standpoint, teaching is a delightful profession that entails a great deal of responsibility and accountability to students. With this, teachers should inspire and motivate their students to take significant life milestones aside from imparting information in order to take concrete steps in preparing them for the future. It also necessitates continuous efforts toward bolstering learners' self-assurance and guiding them down the right path. Teaching is a lifelong process where we learn new strategies, ideas, and philosophies. Over time, my educational philosophy may change, and that's okay because it means that I have grown and learned new things. As a wannabe teacher, part of my educational philosophy is to cultivate a wider range of positive influence with a heart to draw interest in educational pursuits among students by sharing my own past learning experiences, achievements, and testimonies. This highlights its relevance and pragmatic foundation since my style teaches students to actively seek information and generate new ideas in order to adapt to an ever-changing society. I want them to realize that learning encompasses all aspects of their lives, not just the classroom. With this idea, I will exert some meaningful strategies to encourage them to learn new things all the time and make use of their own skills for the opportunities to work out upon maintaining to establish their zones of enhancement. In fact, I believe that every child is special and is granted with spectacular potentials that should be catered accordingly inside a learning environment. An existentialist viewpoint which seeks connection to individual existence. They all need an engaging educational setting where they can develop holistically. With this, it is with great pleasure and my desire to assist them in their growth and development by providing opportunities to deal with their strengths by promoting equity in their experiential learning. Being a mentor, I will also use my initiatives and effective schemes in teaching to facilitate their progress, especially in their learning status. Besides, every classroom has differing learners with various backgrounds, and as a teacher, it is my job to help each of them expose their skills upon reaching their full potential and discover their individual learning preferences. Even one reluctant student who exhibits low performance in school needs utmost attention and monitoring. I will provide a curriculum that takes into account each unique learning style and makes the material applicable to the students' everyday lives. Furthermore, inculcating activities that engage and activate students' learning, such as hands-on learning, collaborative learning, individual and group projects, analysis, and so forth. In terms of the teaching process, I derive strong basis on the philosophy of progressivism because it focuses in developing lifelong learner. I believe that a teacher is morally inclined and has the obligation to enter the classroom with the uplifting aim to satisfying the expectations of each and every one of the students. This would motivate the learners to do their best and make use of their collective innate capabilities in handling a task smoothly. With dedication, perseverance, and hard work, students will rise to the thresholds of their comfort zones. This implies that young minds need warm and crucial supervision in terms of knowledge application. Being granted with the opportunity to educate, I also strive to bring an open mind, a positive attitude, and an enthusiastic approach to the classroom each and every day. I greatly believe that I owe it to my students as well as the community to bring consistency, diligence, and warmth to my job in the hope that I can ultimately inspire and encourage such traits in the children as well. However, in teaching, there is a minor deviation to consider because education requires the facilitation of environments with compassionate instructors. Foundationally, it takes a village to raise a child, and indeed, this will stress the significance of molding genuine community-based learning. With the fast pace of modernization in teaching, it is also my vision to employ strategies that will ensure our classroom community flourishes while safeguarding healthy and caring learning spaces where children are free to expand their minds, develop competencies, and make these grow. Classrooms are spaces for students to experiment and discover knowledge, and with the support of behaviorist concept, I will provide a favorable environment to modify and shape students' behavior. With the backbone of essentialist principle, students' learning acquisition grows faster when they participate actively in their own learning since passive techniques do not promote deep learning. As much as lessons in which students learn by discovery and with the exemplary practice of the teacher, this will gradually transfer responsibility to the student until they can complete tasks independently. In this multicultural locale, I believe that making endeavors relevant to exposure is essential for my students to become aware of the community as well as its various cultural perspectives. This implies the idea that students are taught in school to be good citizens and the critical role of maintaining connections to the vibrant local community where first learning occurs. From the aforementioned factual points, perennialism mirrors my philosophy because it manifests rational thinking and intellectual abilities. I will aspire to be a teacher of hope who fosters a worth of every value in all of my students' well-being, and that is applied in the way they ignite their love of learning, analysis, and contemplation of critical thinking. It signifies that all students must be able to think critically and creatively in order to be competitive in their future careers. As a teacher, I will continue to challenge my learners to analyze things that I teach from numerous perspectives to promote their higher order thinking skills. Students need these opportunities to gain a positive outlook on learning and to improve their interaction with the course content as well as its learning outcomes. The need to foster a serious learning atmosphere will allow adequate focus and participation in the right way. Teaching involves classroom instruction and guidance linked to concepts that students learn from teachers through zones of proximity. I firmly believe that as a teacher, I can positively improve a student's life by implementing a variety of distinct techniques. Thus, I will continue to enhance my own teaching styles through careful introspection. This will help me to think critically about what works and what doesn't, as well as modify my own teaching to better suit the needs of my students. As I enter this ever-changing profession of education, where innovative tools are being deployed and creative strategies are being uncovered, I am positive that I will educate myself by continually reading and learning about new ways to fulfill the needs of my students even more effectively.